Alright guys, what is going on? Brian here, and this is my AEW Full Gear recap and my overall thoughts on tonight's event. It is in the books, and wow. In one word, especially for that main event, wow. So lots to talk about in this recap as far as Full Gear is concerned. Starting off first with that main event, it was Jon Moxley versus Kenny Omega in an unsanctioned, lights-out match. No rules, anything goes, and these guys, I thought were going to kill each other. The way what they were doing to each other. I mean, you had both of them bringing in different weapons, like barbed wire bats, barbed wire brooms. Moxley brought in a gold anchor chain, like you would see at like a dock. What else? Kenny Omega brought in a bag of glass, which was supposedly from the glass table that Moxley drove him through a few weeks ago. Omega had the Young Bucks and Hangman Adam Page bring out what they call a barbed wire spider web, and Moxley they set it up at the by the ramp, near the top of the ramp on the floor, and Moxley wound up delivering a suplex through from the stage to the barbed wire spider web. Then Omega would deliver a V-trigger knee to Moxley, sending both of them through through part of the stage. It was just an absolute chaotic matchup. I mean, there was a lot of weapons being used. Both men literally trying to kill each other. In the end, Moxley would cut the wiring to the mat. He would pull he would basically expose the boards underneath the mat, and that would be used. Omega would hit Moxley with the paradigm shift, or a version of it, only get a 2 count. Then when Omega went up to the top rope to do the Phoenix Splash, Moxley would move out of the way, then would deliver a paradigm shift to Omega, and Jon Moxley would score the victory in the main event. In what I thought was, like I said, an absolute chaotic. Basically, it was a hardcore match for people that like hardcore matches. Let's see what else. Also tonight, we saw, and on the buy-in, I know I'm going all around the card, but on the buy-in, Britt Baker defeated Bea Priestley via the lockjaw submission, thus gaining a measure of revenge. In what I thought was an okay match. I mean, it wasn't, all that, it was not all that extravagant, but it was what it was. It was an okay match, in my opinion. Britt Baker picking up the victory. We had, on the main show itself, that Moxley and Omega match was the main event. We saw SCU, Scorpio Sky, and Frankie Kazarian retain the AEW World Tag Team Championships in the triple threat match over the Lucha Brothers and Private Party. I thought that was a really good match. I thought all three teams really did a good job. Was it a great match? Was it one of them 5-star matches? Not really. I thought it was a really good match. That's just my opinion. There were two other really good matches. The one that started the show off at the beginning was the Young Bucks and Proud and Powerful, Santana and Ortiz. I thought that was a very good match. Both teams really delivered in that one. Proud and Powerful picked up the victory. I know a lot of people were probably shocked to see the Young Bucks lose again, but Proud and Powerful, Santana and Ortiz, they picked up the victory with the Street Sweeper. And afterwards, they would continue to beat down the Young Bucks. Sammy Guevara, also part of the Inner Circle with Santana and Ortiz, along with Chris Jericho and Jake Hager. He would come out and help them out, beating up the Young Bucks until the Rock and Roll Express, Ricky Morton and Robert Gibson, the Hall of Famers. They would make the save, and honestly, Ricky Morton and Robert Gibson, they still got it, especially Ricky Morton. They would take out Guevara, and I think it was either Santana and Ortiz on the outside. Then, with the help of Matt Jackson and Robert Gibson, they would fling Ricky Morton from the apron to the inside of the ring, and Ricky Morton would hit a Canadian Destroyer on the other member of Proud and Powerful. Like I said, I don't remember. I think it was Santana that he hit it on. It might have been Ortiz that he hit it on, but it was absolutely incredible. And then Ricky Morton would, I wouldn't say outdo himself, but he would dive through the ropes, taking out Guevara and the other. I think it was. Like I said, I don't know who it was. I think it was Ortiz that was on the outside and Santana was on the inside, or vice versa. But Ricky Morton would take out Sammy Guevara and the other one on the outside of the ring with the dive through the middle rope. So, Young Bucks, they lost tonight to Santana and Ortiz. Nick Jackson in that matchup he went to kick one of the members of that team and on the outside of the ring, but wound up kicking the post, and basically that led to their downfall. But it was a really good match. Pac versus Hangman and Page, that was another good one. Hangman Page picked up the win with the Deadeye, his finishing move, to score a big victory there. Shawn Spears, with the help of Tully Blanchard, he defeated Joey Janela. Spears would expose one of the turnbuckle pads. He would take it off and expose the turnbuckle. That would cause the referee to be distracted. Janela, who was on the outside of the ring, Spears would pick him up, and with the help of Tully Blanchard, would deliver a spiked pile driver on the arena floor, and then would toss him back into the ring and deliver the C4, the Death Valley driver, to pick up the win. Then, I already mentioned SCU retained their tag titles. Riho retained her AEW Women's Championship, defeating Emi Sakura. This one was good near the end. It kind of was slow at the beginning, but but it really kind of caught up a little bit near the end. That brings us to the AEW World Championship match between Chris Jericho, the champion, and Cody. Of course, the stipulation in this match was if Cody did not win the championship and did not beat Chris Jericho, he would never again challenge for the AEW World title. The three judges that were at ringside were going to be integral part of this match, if it had went the 60-minute time limit, was Dean Malenko, Arn Anderson, and Keiji Muto, who to most American wrestling fans is known as the Great Muta. They were the three judges. Luckily, it did not get to the three judges. Cody suffered a gash above his, I believe, his right eye after he went to go dive onto Chris Jericho, but wound up, Jericho moved out of the way, and Cody landed hard on the ramp, giving him a gash above his right eye. Jericho also was working on the rib area. Jake Hager would get involved, but wound up getting tossed out of the tossed from ringside by the referee. Jericho tried everything in his power. He even tried to use the championship belt, but that only got him a 2 count. Cody tried everything, hitting crossroads, doing whatever he could. In the end, Jericho locked in the Lion Tamer, or a very deadly version of the Lion Tamer, and MJF, who was in the corner of Cody, wound up tossing in the towel, and the referee called for the bell, thus awarding the match to Jericho. So therefore, Cody will not be able to challenge for the AEW World Championship again. And that got a lot of boos when MJF did that. And then he was trying to say he was sorry. Cody picked him up, patted him on the shoulder, and what happened next was MJF turned on Cody. That's right. The turn a lot of people have seen coming for a long time, or for a little while now, happened tonight at Full Gear. MJF turned on Cody, hitting a low blow on Cody, and then smiling and saying, "My turn," or "my time," or whatever he's saying. He's screaming at Cody. He pushed him down, and then while he was walking up the ramp, a fan threw like water, and they were throwing garbage at MJF, and that was pretty much it. So, and then of course, Jon Moxley defeated Kenny Omega in the non-sanctioned main event. So that was pretty much it for Full Gear. Like I said, a couple of really good matches. I thought the main event, that non-sanctioned Lights Out match, was absolutely insane. If you guys did not see it, I would recommend checking it out. But yeah, one note though before I go, in that Shawn Spears and Joey Janela matchup, one of the funny moments, or one of the most probably say funny moments of that match, what happened was Shawn Spears had Joey Janela in the corner. He would tie Janela's hair with the tag rope, and Janela wound up getting out of it by pulling his hair out, there was some of it stuck to the tag rope. So that was a pretty funny moment in that one. But overall, my thoughts on tonight's show, to wrap up this video, I thought it was a really good show. I really did. Can't wait to see what happens with the fallout on Wednesday. So with that being said, if you guys watched AEW Full Gear tonight, let me know what you guys thought of it in the comments below. I thought it was a really good show. So with that being said, this has been my recap of AEW Full Gear. As always, I am Brian, and thank you for watching.